Hi, my name is Janard Martin, and my intention is to assist every single person with their level of expanding their conscious awareness. How are we going to do that today, by any chance, is probably what you're wondering. Well, there's this new metaphysical system called human design. It contains a comprehensive psychoanalytical report of who you are. Why am I sharing this exactly? Well, it is actually a metaphysical tool that can be used to psychologically counsel yourself. What is it exactly? Well, it was a system combined by Ra Uhuru Yu in 1987, who had a trance-like experience and henceforth combined something that is a combination of astrology, the Ching, the Kabbalah, and what we know as conventional chakra system. Not only that, but it's also a combination of genetics and quantum physics. Despite synthesizing 7 or more traditions, I find it as a useful tool that I have never heard about before. I mean, let me know in the comments if you've heard about human design before, because it's really gaining traction right now. But I hadn't known about it at least 5, 6, 7 years ago. Had I would have understood myself on a deep intrinsic level in the way that I do now. The level of self-awareness that I have due to studying human design, in addition to other metaphysical tools and systems which I will share on this channel, I am on an immaculate level of self-awareness. I know my body better. I know my cycles better. I know what I enjoy better. I know the environments, the people that I resonate with. I know what I'm called to do, and just overall my purpose. So wait until the end to find out what you are in human design, so you can look it up at a later stage and you tell me whether it's accurate or not. It contains a comprehensive psychoanalytical report of who you are. Like I say in all my YouTube videos, everyone has a unique energetic blueprint and life code that they are meant to follow routinely, even if they're not consciously aware of it. And these tools are perfect in understanding where it is that you headed and why you're headed in the certain direction that you are. So whatever your unique characteristics are, your strengths, your challenges, and your weaknesses in life, you will find exactly in the system of human design. Human design essentially alleges that there are overall 4, some say 5, energetic archetypes, and within the system, it teaches you how to regulate your energy efficiently, because everyone's energy comes either internally or externally, which you'll learn about later on. So we have manifestors, we have generators, we have projectors, reflectors, and the 5th one is a manifesting generator, which is a combination of 2 archetypes that I just mentioned. So manifestors make up less than 10% of the overall population. So what does that mean? That basically means that manifestors operate in a cycle of extreme bursts of energy followed by rest. And that is just a cyclic pattern that makes sense to someone. Now, manifestors, as the word is quite telling, are made for the immense change that the world is experiencing, designed to be trailblazers, independent thinkers, and freedom seekers. Manifestors have a closed and repelling aura. Their main theme in life is to search for peace. Because of their need for their visionary aspects and ideas, they impact people on a deep and soul level. That means that, they do not like the idea of control whatsoever. They fear being controlled, which explains why they refuse to express themselves and their ideas at large. So what that means is that they essentially resist informing others all because they struggle to combine their ability to affect change and also use their abilities effectively. Now, generators and manifesting generators can make up overall about 70% of the overall population, but generators on their own make up a whopping 30%. Now, what are generators exactly? Generators are essentially the workhorses of the world. They are the ones that have no issues or qualms with doing what needs to be done, even if they don't like it. They prioritize work and energy 24/7. And just like the name is quite telling, they have access to an enormous amount of energy. Whereas manifestors usually get burnt out with their small bursts of energy, generators actually have no issue with this whatsoever. Generators do not care about a purpose, they just care about what needs to be done. Now, their theme is satisfaction. Now, if we had to elaborate on a manifesting generator, what would that mean? That would mean that in comparison to a regular generator, a manifesting generator does not have access to the enormous amount of energy to complete tasks as a generator does. Now, if you're all probably wondering what's really left, we have projectors that make up less than 20% of the overall population. Offer wisdom and guidance to the world, even when it's unsolicited. Projectors have the ability to see people for who they truly are, and hence offer advice and can bring the best out in people. Now, the theme for a projector is to wait for recognition and to wait for the invitation. So only if the divine wisdom is required of you, that is when your cue begins, basically to teach others. Projectors, unlike generators, even manifestors, do not have access to a constant energy source, hence require a lot of rest. Now, finally, reflectors. Reflectors make up less than 1% of the overall population. They are the most unique energy archetype in human design. They are essentially the empaths who are sponges that just absorb things even without knowing. They also, like projectors, have no consistent and reliable energy. They are merely the mirrors that mirror back everything that is going on in any given situation. Now, whether good or seemingly bad, reflectors will make sure that they do exactly as their name says, reflect the energy back towards you. Now, reflectors can often be people who, if you treat them quite poorly, they might, unwittingly give you the same medicine. Reflectors are essentially perfect at taking in ideas, thoughts, feelings, and emotions of people and the world around them. A reflector's strategy, unlike all the other archetypes, is patience. But keep in mind, reflectors know who is authentic and who is not. They have the best discernment out of the entire group of energy archetypes in human design. Now, other important factors to take in account with regards to human design. Just like I speak on astrology as the blueprint of your life, the same can be said for this metaphysical system known as human design. So basically what that means is that your entire personality and your life experience, or your blueprint as I call it, cannot be summed up entirely just by your sun sign. Hence, it is important to have a cohesive understanding of every other element that is necessary to understand the challenges, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the inescapable experiences bound to happen to you. Two things very key to the concept of understanding human design is inner authority and strategy. Now, for the sake of this elaboration, I will use my chart to exemplify what that means. So, for the record, I am a projector, which explains why I love giving my unsolicited advice on a platform like YouTube for whoever really is desiring it to find it. So your inner authority is essentially your decision-making system. Essentially what inner authority means is to listen to your intuition. And that is the premise of what I teach. So simply put, if you understand your inner authority is your intuition, your strategy must be bridging the gap between that and your inner authority. So your strategy is how to deal with your inner authority and how to approach things as a guide in your life. And like I said, because human design is a combination of astrology among other traditions, it also includes aspects of astrology within it, which shows how you interact with the world around you. So your profile is a combination of two numbers which define your archetype. Mine, as an example, is 2 and 4, which means that I am a hermit opportunist. I spend large periods of time being in a space and a place where I desire personal space, but eventually I become an opportunist with an invitation to immerse myself once again in the world and to socialize and, engage accordingly. So the centers in a human design chart is essentially either defined or undefined. It's basically linked to the chakra system, which elaborates on your strengths and your weaknesses. Gates and channels are in relation to astrology and the celestial movement of the bodies in the sky, and hence point towards behavioral characteristics, traits, and general modus operandi. Just like I mentioned earlier, much as the combination of astrology is evident, so is the I Ching. So the I Ching is essentially the study and change of human life, hence the name gates and channels. This points towards your unique characteristics. So that's all for our basic understanding of human design. So in a crux and to conclude, human design is used as a method for personal development, understanding, and self-awareness. Like I said earlier, it can also be a psychological analytical tool, because you may realize that you're actually not going crazy whatsoever, and there's really just fated events and experiences that are happening to assist your life in unfolding the way that your blueprint has intended it to. For me personally, human design has assisted me in guiding me towards my designated career path, and also giving me and providing insights into my personal relationships. It doesn't mean that it is 100% infallible, just like any other tradition or method or metaphysical tool. My advice is to use a combination of varying degrees to understand yourself on a holistic level, just like I have. Overall, I think it is an extremely valuable tool for self-reflection and help me understand in which environments I am bound to be more conducive and productive and where I am not conducive and productive. It showed the exact functioning of how my life proceeds by invitation, which has happened every single time. Hence, the subjectivity of it I have found fairly accurate in some regard. So let me know if you do believe the same, and let me know what energy archetype you are below. Stay tuned for more.